I am sure sports. You know me there, from coast to coast representing. I mean, say this is righteous representing for Omar. You don't know, come get the sports over here from near and far. Boy, 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 boy. Me say I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. I am sure sports, one thing me sure about. When me say sure, that me not doubt. Come get your sports, get it over here. Come subscribe, repost and share. If me not sure, that me not say it. Know who score, that me not say it. Never know no game play, that me not say it. If me never see no game, me no know who play. For your sports news, better come over here so. For your soccer news, then come over here so. If you don't love sports, still come over here so. For the date, don't you want to love over here so.
So when it comes on to behavior concerning football, Jamaica is decent. I am sure that if we can get all of these things done, set in place by the end of April, it gives us enough time before the World Cup campaign. Not afraid of no Brazil, no Argentina with these crap of players. We are good enough. Remember, like, subscribe, share. Listen, comment, let me know what your thoughts are.
Jamaican herbs and spices add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Trick Nick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?
All right, welcome to I Am Sure Sports. I'm your host, my name is Man. And today we have our NFL show. But before I bring in the panelists or host for the NFL show, let me just share with you a little bit of information. So we Pioneer did one video yesterday. He is a person who covers our basketball content. But there was no audio on it, so we want to apologize for that. And we want you to know that before the end of today, he's going to redo that video, right? And it is going to be more interactive, where you can interact with him during that time. So we apologize for that. We have, subsequent to that, taken down the video. We were unaware of it, and so we have taken down the video, and we are going to redo it and ensure that this time you can hear what is being said. All right. There's also a lot of schoolboy football going on today. The second round of the Manning and the Costa Cup continues, and there's also the EPL. You know, the mighty Gunners are up against the soft West Ham United. There seem to be a next 3 points for the Arsenal. We see about that, and and Leicester City will go up against Tottenham Hotspur. There are some other games, but those are the games that we will speak about. All right. This is a 1 hour show, and we have our head, our lead analyst and panelist, the man over there in Arizona, I believe. Yes, it's Arizona. Yes, Arizona over there. Yeah, the KC man, who his blood is purple. You understand me? So his name is none other than Chris Lynch. So I'm going to invite him to come on and let's get this show going. I see Pagan in the building already, saying 3-1. I don't know what Pagan. I don't know what crystal ball pagan looking through or whatever, but he's not seen right because there's no 3-1 to West Ham going on anywhere, pagan. Yeah, but big up. Chris Lynch, good morning, man. Hope you and the family doing well.
Yes, doing great management. Thank you. But I don't know why you always mix up Arizona with Arkansas. Two A's, so you mix it.
I keep forgetting Arkansas, the track and field place. The track and field place. He's close to
Yeah,
the field place. Arkansas people, yes. That means he doesn't
yeah,
have a
man.
team, really, because there's no NFL team in Arkansas.
Yeah,
Or-
we don't have no professional. We don't have no professional team down here.
So who you closest to?
I mean, we're close to Cowboys because Texas is close. We're close to Missouri. It's those places. That's why the Chiefs. They have a lot of those. When you go out on the street, you see a lot of those jerseys because a lot of Texas people come to this university down here because of how big this university is in terms of sports. So yeah, man. So you have you have Oklahoma, Texas, Missouri. All of those places are very close.
So you're a Dallas Cowboy fan.
No, I'm a Chiefs fan. No, I'm not a Dallas Cowboy fan. But Dallas Cowboys they are affiliated with the university down here because the owner of that, Jerry Jones, he actually sponsored his football team because he used to come to this University of Arkansas. So yeah, you find a lot of that because
Okay.
of that affiliation.
Okay, and then there's also a lot of Jamaicans at the University of Arkansas as well. It's normally a very good track and field program out there.
Yeah, like stuff Veronica Campbell Brown would have gone to the University of Arkansas. You know that she didn't come straight to the University of Arkansas, but they recruited her once she was here. So yeah, you have a lot of Jamaicans. Clive Pullen on the male side, and now the latest, I think you have Joanne Reed from St. Diego. You have a guy from Ulmas that win Christopher Taylor in that 400-meter, Jeremy Farr. And you have the JC guy, the 110-meter hurdle champion. I think he didn't come to the trials, but he was doing well on the circuit. Philip Lemonius. So yeah, you have a lot of Jamaicans that come to the university.
Yeah, so the G Star is joining us late. He says he's presently out on the campaign trail because I hear there's a program that have some call of the year going on and all kind of voting stuff going on.
1 second, man. 1 second.
People are sending out all kind of information. Pagan 180. How did your picks go last time around? How did your picks go last time around? How successful were you in terms of your picks that you had from the last show, Pagan? I think G Star is going to send those in. So, how well did you do? Did you come out negative or positive in terms of win versus losses with your last set of picks? Yeah, man. Okay, so how did you do last week, Chris Lynch? How did your picks go? What
G Star wrote it down, but yeah, I didn't do bad. I think a couple games would have gone sideways. But if it was a sure week to pick some good games like the Tampa game, the Aaron Rodgers game, like we said, the Cardinals game would have been a toss-up, and it would have been a game to stay away from. And it ended up like that. Any team could have won that game, basically. But, yeah, the PH, I mean, most of the games go good. I think Pagan, most of the games go good. It wasn't a half week where it's teams that they expected to win didn't come out on the victory side. You have that every week, but it wasn't plentiful this week.
Yeah, so Pagan is saying that the misses he think he had was Rams, Bills, and Vikings. Those are probably the three misses he had in terms of results this week. All right, so yeah, I mean, so what are your thoughts on the coming week? You want to go through the game? You want me to bring them up, or you already have them?
Yeah, you can bring them up just for the Pagan to see them and everybody, so they can gather their thoughts and share what they think. But obviously it's eating up now. It's week 15, 2 more weeks to go, and it's eating up. A lot of teams is catching form, and one such team that plays first tomorrow night is Kansas City Chiefs. they are looking to lock up this AFC. Basically, they are tied with New England, but New England would have beat their divisional rivals more times than Kansas City, because Kansas would have lost against the Chargers, who they play tomorrow night. When they played in Kansas City, they had a very tough schedule when you look at it early on, and now they are coming along. I mean, the defense, they must give the defensive coordinator a lot of credit for what's happening there in Kansas. What his name? Matt Spagnola is that's what his defense is known to do, to come along in the season, and it's really stepping up. It's going to be a good game tomorrow night. I think it's a game of the week, obviously, because the offense of the Chargers is going off right now, and the defense, it's offense versus defense, with Mahomes not playing his best. But I think the Chiefs are happy for that, because if your quarterback is not playing his best and you keep winning games, then obviously he's not going to look like that come in the playoffs. He's going to get it right at some point, and I just think that Kansas is well on the bone to return to a next Super Bowl.
Yeah, because they're 9-4 now. I mean, which is a big rebound. Because I mean, they started out, like I said, they started out very poorly. A lot of people had written them off, and
including myself.
Yeah, and the thing I like about Kansas is that their best player or their quarterback has not been playing well, and they're having this record. You know, at some point, Mahomes is going to get it right, and that's the thing. So you know that they're offensive juggernaut, and I think that though the game has been played in San Diego, you know, I think the Chiefs will pull off this one. I would go with the Chiefs. I'm not going against the Chiefs, given what they have been doing in the last 5
Yeah, they are 6-0. They are 6-0, and like you said, the defense is just playing so good. They are 6-0 at the moment. Six wins from the last game, from the last 6 games. Not 6-0, 6 from 6 in the last 6.
Yeah. Pagan is asking if we think Mahomes can win MVP. I don't think so, because I don't think he's having a good season. I don't think MVP season.
No, basically I think Tom Brady have a good week this week, and then obviously he would have locked it up. Depends on what Aaron Rodgers does, but I think it's between those two. It was between Brady, Rodgers, and Kyler Murray, and the Raiders, quarterback. But obviously, when you get Cardinals, they were I mean, Kyler Murray was unfortunate to get an injury and had to be out, and he came back and threw a couple picks in his latest game. So it's between. I think it's gonna come down between the two veterans, Rodgers and Brady.
Because I think Kyler Murray came back not 100%. It's just because he never looked 100%.
Yeah, if you watch his game, man, that is very correct. When you look at him walking, he looks like he's feeling pain. But quarterbacks know when they have a good chance to win. Our sports people know when we have a good chance to win. And I think he sensed that, and that's why he's pushing it.
Yeah. Pagan said that he's picking the San Diego Chargers to win over the Chiefs.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a bad pick. It wouldn't be an upset either, because people think that they can win. It should be, as a matter of fact, the bookie have it as a very close game. Chiefs might just win by 3 points. So that's how it is.
Yeah. All right, and the next game, because there's a Saturday game, right? Yeah, there are 2 Saturday games this weekend.
Yeah, like
the Browns versus the Raiders. That's one. Yeah.
And then the 2 teams coming off a bye week, Colts and Patriots. I think, yeah, when we reach there, we'll talk about that. But yeah, we're at the Browns and the Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Browns and the Raiders have the Browns player Lamar Jackson, unfortunately, your quarterback. The Browns got away. I think they got away with that, because had Lamar Jackson played in that game fully, I think they would have won.
This is what I always say. Like when it comes down to the business end with Lamar Jackson, I think because of the way he plays quarterback, he doesn't. He's going to have to change some of the things that he does because he's going to get injuries the way how he plays, though it is effective. And I think coming down to the business and all of those hits and
Not
tackles,
necessary.
yeah, they're going to begin to take a toll, in my opinion. So he has to find a way or of either getting good defensive protection or changing how he plays the game because he's that good. Because you know how it is that when you get down to crunch time, you get more hits. The more hits you get, the more injuries, and you're gonna miss game. And missing one game can just
Mess
reposition
up chemistry, yeah. And
and just who you
yeah.
play and just who you play and how you proceed as well. I think.
Yeah, I think he has to look at the more veteran quarterbacks. Even Patrick Mahomes have mature in terms of that. He needs to look at because how he got sacked, all he had to do was throw the ball. I see Aaron Rodgers, I see Brady do it. They just throw the ball at the feet of one of their receivers or something just to get out of that play. It's okay getting off the field, or whatever, to punt the ball, but it's not good when you come out injured and it doesn't give your team a chance. If you're an injury, you cannot give your team a chance. So he has to get more mature in terms of that.
Yeah. So, but the Raiders have not been doing well. They seem to be on
Now
the side. I don't know.
they started off good and we know they had trouble with the coaching thing and all of that. And they look like even with the change of coach and the scandal that was taking place, it didn't change. But then a week or two after their number one receiver, what that you would say, somebody that was a part of their team, he went and did something stupid, meeting an accident, driving under the influence and all of that. So they have their share of bad luck, I would say, the Raiders. And then last week they got a beating from the Chiefs. I don't know what they did. They started off the game. So it's two teams that Cleveland is still in the hunt basically and really want to make it to the playoffs. That's what the Ravens did, keep them in the hunt, and the Raiders are very much up there. And I think the Raiders probably have enough to win this one.
So Baker Mayfield looks better without Odell Beckham Jr.
It's not that Baker looks good. You see, like how the Chiefs is winning. It's not merely Mahomes. The Browns are winning, and Baker is not playing good.
or is it the absence of Odell Beckham Jr.?
No, because Odell Beckham Jr. is flourishing at his new and at his greener pastures at the moment.
Yeah, but the truth is, but he wasn't a good fit with them. I think that was the issue. Like both parties are doing better. Brown's doing well, and he's doing well. So obviously, two of them together, not a good fit. You understand? And sometimes that's how
Yeah,
it is. It's not that the person is bad, but the team and the person just don't gel.
yeah, that's how it is. The good analogy to always use is sometimes you see someone looking nice, like I would say a female probably looking beautiful on the street, and you take her to say it's your spouse now, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
Because that's not the right fit for you. So it's the same thing. Baker might look good in other systems. Odell might look good in other systems, but then it doesn't work out when you take him.
Yes. Since Pagan is agreeing with you that Baker is really average, and it is the Brown defense and the running game.
Yeah, it's not him. Yeah, it's not him really as to why.
Well, what I'll say, if it is a running, because with Beckham, they would not be using a running game if Odell was there. You understand me? Because
Plus,
go ahead.
yeah. Plus, to be fair to Baker, obviously the shoulder injury. I think had it not been, he's pushing it as well because I think he's probably gonna do surgery soon. So his throwing shoulder is giving him problems. So to be fair to him, but he's the one who is destined, telling himself that he wants to play and doesn't want anyone else to play. So any flat that he gets, he has to take it.
But you know what, too, Chris Lynch? I mean, it shows you the importance of a quarterback because really, I think only the Philadelphia Eagle with Carson Wentz and they had a couple of very good quarterbacks a few seasons ago. I think that was the year when they went on to win the last
Nick
time.
Oh,
Nick,
with Nick.
yeah, was it Nick Foley? Carson Wentz, and they had a
Yeah,
couple.
Nick Foles is the one who won it with the Philadelphia.
Right.
With Philadelphia.
But Carson Wentz was there as well.
Yeah, was there as well.
They made some trade, they kind of moved them. Like the point I'm making is that with a Baker Mayfield, right? The truth is that you will not have two good quarterbacks on any team. That's how valuable quarterbacks are. If you're good enough, you're not going to be a reserve.
Yeah, that's how it is.
You realize that's how it is. It means that a lot of quarterbacks end up playing. The good quarterbacks normally play with injury. Because the backup quarterback is never good enough. Because if they were good enough, they would not be a backup. Which is what is
Yeah.
and so Baker Mayfield may be hampered by the injury, but they don't have a good backup, so he has to play.
Yeah. Yeah, so you want to make a pick for that game, man? I didn't see
Pagan.
I didn't see Pagan pick for that game, but I obviously
he's picking the Browns. He's saying that because
he's
the Raiders
Browns.
are free fall. Yeah.
And I'm going with the Raiders.
You're going well, you know what? I'm going with the Browns, man. The Raiders are just they have not been looking good. I think their organization itself is in turmoil. And though they have made some changes, it's like it's for next season. So I am going. I think the Browns has more to play for than the Raiders. So I'm going with the Browns.
Yeah, I just think that the Raiders basically the Chiefs like seeing them and that's it. But I think they're going to come turn up next game.
The man say you're a real
Oh,
gambler.
they're gonna
Whisper,
say I'm a real gambler.
you really think the
No,
Raiders?
Pagan, to be honest, when I get a pick here, I can probably gamble different. That is how. So yes, I am a real. So what I'm telling you here is what my art is basically saying. It's not a gambling tip, really, because if I really need to win money, I can make a bad. Sometimes you go against the grid. That's how gambling is. But this is not a gambling tip. This is, I think, Raiders truthfully is going to win.
All right. So the next Saturday game, go ahead, Chris Lynch, is big up
Yeah,
fresh
the two teams coming off the bye. Colts and the Patriots.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one.
Why you think so?
Why I think so? I mean,
Colts is a very tricky team,
I will tell you this. When it gets down to the business end, I have to go with the expert. I have to go with the experience. And I am telling you, in Bill Belichick, I trust. I'm telling you, when it gets down to this end of the business, I don't see Bill Belichick losing games. That's how much confidence I have in the man. I mean, Tom Brady is good, but Bill Belichick is good. And so if I don't see him giving up games, and that is why I know that the Colts, and it's been played in Indian. It's played that could be.
But yeah, for me, I think this is where the Patriots 6-game winning streak end. The game is at the Colts. It's a home game for the Colts.
Colts, yeah, it's Indian.
I think this is where it ends. I think I think the running game, obviously the Patriots gonna come back with the running game. And I think the Colts do the same thing with Jonathan Taylor. But I have the Colts. I have the Colts to get this one because they're really in the hunt of trying to get a playoff berth. And the Patriots might just be a little complacent, I think.
What is their record?
I think it's
let me see if I can find it.
I think it's 6-6.
The Colts are 7-6.
7-6.
Yeah, I don't see. Hey, Chris Lee, that's a very bold pick, because I don't see that happening, And the Patriots are 9-4.
No one at the Patriots to beat where they are right now, you know. If you had probably tell someone that the Patriots would sit at 9-4 right now as we speak, no one, I don't think no one would have make such a bold decision to say that.
And here's a preacher, and I know who the preacher is going to pick to win this game. Welcome, welcome, preacher.
Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, Chris Lynch, big up yourself.
Yeah, man, big up preacher. You know the preacher doesn't pick against his goat coach.
That's what I'm telling you. So I know who is going. I know who is going to pick for this
Who,
game.
who, who the Patriots playing this week again? Remind me.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Listen, that one is gonna be a tough one.
I'm telling
I-
man, he's thinking easy, but nah.
No. I love Bill Belichick, but I'm telling you that you see the Colts running game and that Colts defense. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough one. Mac Jones going to have to earn him pay for this game. It's not gonna be like what they did to the Bills. So boy, I'm kind of divided with this pick, to be honest.
Well, you guys
Man, trust me, the Colts play
Yeah.
good defense. I was telling you that, and the running game is very much up there as well. Jonathan
Yeah.
Taylor is a good guy.
Yeah, man, a serious thing.
Yeah, but you see, I just got Pagan to change his pick from Patriots to Colts, but I'm not changing. I know this is a business end, and at the business end, I'm going to trust in Belichick. This is
All right,
this is the thing.
there's one reason why I would pick the Patriots over the Colts. One single reason, and that's the fact that Carson Wentz tends to make one or two mistakes in big games that usually cost his team. And I think the Patriots defense is of such that if Carson Wentz gives them even a sniff, they're going to take the game away from the Colts. So I'll go with the Patriots, but it's not going to be an easy game.
Okay, so Pagan is still staying with your pick? You changed from from the Patriots to the Colts, and now you have gone back to the Colts. You're sticking with that one. Chris Lynch, what say you?
Yeah, man, I stick with the Colts, man. I'm telling you that I like I say, like Peter said, and like I said before, that they have a good running game, and it's not going to be the same thing like what they did to the Bills before the bye. The two teams are fresh coming out of the bye week, and the Colts, I think, is more hungrier and are at home, and I'm giving them the nudge.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
what I'm saying though is that the Patriots cannot afford to drop game at this point, you know.
Nor can the Colts. Nor can the Colts.
Well,
The
well,
Colts
The
are
Colts is
playing
in the
top level.
hunt, management. The Colts is in a worse situation than the Patriots.
Yeah.
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 Well, we have it's some tough game, you know, because the games that we have looked at, they're all tough. Because the Browns versus Oakland is not going to be easy to have picked the Browns.
You factored in the fact that the Browns have about 8 players on COVID-19
And the COVID
protocol.
list, they have.
And their coach is also out with COVID.
Oh. No, you're saying that maybe I need to change my pick.
You have to look at these variables.
Yeah, and then it's some tough games in a Chris Lynch, because when you even go back to the Chargers game, the games are very hard to Chargers versus the Chiefs. The games are very hard to call. The Thursday
And
night.
it's week 15, so the pressure is, you're playing with a lot of pressure in your back as well, you know.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, man. Respect Ron Davis. Respect. He says his team is here doing with the Patriots. All right. So you said that so you want to maybe I should go back on my Browns pick if 8 players.
Yeah, I think they have a lot of people out on the offense. I think a lot of offensive players out on the COVID protocol.
Is the offensive? Whoa. How many persons have to be out for the game to be put off? Or they don't do it?
The entire team. You have a 53-man roster, man.
You have so much people to replace people, management.
next man
I
up.
assure you that the game is going to play.
Next man
Next
up.
man up. Always next man up.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, then on Sunday, I'm preacher, why don't you begin with this one? The Steelers versus the Titans.
Well, I told you guys last week that the Steelers would have lost to the Vikings. The Vikings made it more interesting than it should have been. The Titans are actually, to me, the second best team right now.
in the AFC. And so I think the Titans definitely walking away with this victory.
What say you, Chris Lynch?
Yeah, yeah, like preacher, I think the Titans they basically lock up the AFC. They have that locked up basically, and I think they just put in finishing touch on what they are working on going into the playoffs, and I think they're going to beat this Steelers team.
It's in Pittsburgh. Does that make any difference, or it doesn't matter where the game is being played?
It matters. It will matters, but it's what you think. Manage. The Steelers are very hungry. Like you like hungry teams. This is a team that is very hungry because they are still pushing for that playoff spot.
And that's what I think. I think when you get here, I am going with the Steelers because when you're vying for that playoff and you're playing at home, and you know that your next game is away, you want to win the home game. That is the one you almost feel like we are guaranteed to win at home, and I think the Titans lose this one.
Yes.
Yeah, I think they start off very poorly against the Vikings. And they, like Preacher said, I was watching the game. The Vikings actually made it closer than it should have been.
Yeah. Pagan has picked the Steelers. He said that's a hard pick. I'm a Steelers fan. Full disclosure. So yeah, I'm going to Pittsburgh just because I know that they need the win. They need the win to stay in the push, and their next game is an away game. I think they somehow find a way of pulling this off. So I'm going to yeah. All right. Next game is the Bills versus the Panthers.
Yeah, the Bills coming off a very dramatic loss and overtime loss against the GOAT they call him, Tom Brady. They're heading back home to play a very bad Panthers team at the moment. I think I have an assessment on the Panthers now. And one of the quarterbacks that I like, but he's not good enough. I don't think he's good enough to beat any good team right now. And that's the situation. I think they're going to get blown out this week, the Panthers, by the Bills. Josh Allen basically know that he needs to get back on the winning side. Lost against the Patriots before and then came back and lost a very tight one. Even though he was down 24-3 and show a lot of fight against Tom Brady team. I don't know what Preacher think, but before I go to my pick, I am picking the Bills, but I don't know what Preacher think. I think the coach of the Bills should have went for that 2-point play instead of giving back Tom Brady the ball. That's all that was in my mind when I see that. You don't give Tom Brady a chance and a kind flip, basically. And I think they should have went for the 2-point play and try to seal up the game there.
Same thing.
I wouldn't go for the 2-point play. I think where they lost the game was when they had 3rd and 2 at about the 8-yard line. Yeah. And they instead of trying to with about 30 seconds left, instead of playing to get the first down, get the 2 yards, pick up a first
final pass.
They went for the final pass to Diggs. In a situation like that, with 30 seconds left, you have about 3 plays, right? Maximum 3 plays. Go for the first down, get the first down, spike the ball, and then give yourself a shot to get the winning touchdown. Going for 2 points, once they would have scored and they were a point away from tying the game, it's not high percentage. It's not a high percentage play. So I wouldn't have taken that route. But I think they gave away the game. The Bills had the momentum and they started to get conservative once they got close. If you got back in the game by being risky, probably you should have continued to play that way.
Yeah. So who you picking for this one?
Come on, the Bills. The Panthers are in free fall. The Bills, man.
It's not that. I think they get blown out. I think the Bills need back to get back on that right.
Yeah.
On that winning side.
because they're 7-6, right? So they need a couple of wins.
Yeah, they're still in
After
the
they
in the wild
start out
card spot.
looking great, they start out looking good.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. And Pagan is also going with the Bills. All right. Chris Lynch, next game, the Eagles versus Washington. A nothing
The,
game.
the NFC least.
Yeah, this is a nothing game, right? What can you say? It's a nothing game. Um,
Well, the truth is, the Washington team is in the hunt for a wild card spot. I mean, the two teams, because if they both win out, they possibly could have a wild card spot. So it's not a nothing game statistically. The Washington team actually has been playing the better football. I'm not sure what Taylor Heineke's status is going to be going into this game. He was
Yeah,
injured
he
in the
can be
last
out there. It's a last decision. I think it's a last minute decision.
Yeah. So and the Eagles were actually competing a couple weeks ago. They were looking like they could pose a threat to the Cowboys. So it's a division game. Division games are hard to predict. They can go either way. But I'm gonna go with the Eagles for this one.
Yeah, Jalen Hurts combat Mannings, and it's not a nothing game, like Preacher said. It's two teams that is still in the hunt for playoffs. And you like home teams. The Eagles are home Mannings, and they get back their quarterback because they're coming off a bye week as well.
you know, I have to pick.
So I still go with the Eagles, like Preacher.
Yeah, I have to pick the Eagles because we're in Delaware, so we have to go. That's the only jerseys in Delaware is Eagles jersey. So there you go. Yeah. So all right, and then the next nothing game really. Jaguars versus Texans.
That one is a nothing game. Unless you say they are playing to see who is the worst team. Well, Detroit is there. I mean, you don't really want to finish with the worst record. And fire is in the camp of the Jaguars because Coach Urban Myers, he has there's a lot of reports coming out that players and him is not taking tea. And he's always in that it's always about Urban Myers ever since he came because he brought back Tim Tebow to try him in a position that he has never yet played and all of that. So basically coaches like that basically lose the locker room most of the times when they make such decisions. And in the climate of how things are now, you couldn't tell me that he couldn't have find a better player to try that at that tight end position, basically. So I am going with the Houston Texans because of that bad blood with Urban Myers and players. They might just be looking to get him sacked.
You know that both of these teams, right, have had major quarterback issues that messed them up. What's his name? Bortles, who was a quarterback in Jacksonville when they were doing well a few seasons ago, but they said that he was what Jamaican would call a rumhead. And that may have cost them, their progress in the playoffs. And like from that whole thing that messed up with him, like the team got messed up. And they traded they traded the top player as well. And it's the same thing with the Texans, having lost their though it wasn't the fault of the team, but he had his own issues. Quarterback, I just forgot his name. Just had his name at the top of my lip. But he's not playing. The quarterback for the Texans. Come on, remind me now.
Deshaun
Watson.
Watson, yeah. And so I think that these teams have to just rebuild. But Preacher, what say you on this game?
Yeah, I mean the Texans actually played some good games. Strangely enough, they hung in a few games against better teams. I think they're going to come through with this one, but it's not worth spending much time.
Yeah. Somebody said Chris Jones. Yeah. Christopher Carroll said Chris Jones will be out for Kansas City this weekend with COVID protocol.
Yeah, I think I saw that earlier. Yeah, I think Jones is out. Okay. They brought in a guy at the offensive line. They have went 4-0 ever since he came in. Ingram. So I don't know what I mean. Chris Jones is a big part of what they do and protecting Mahomes.
Yeah. And then
But
Pagan,
just to add to the which was it? The Texans and the Jaguars. It's two rookie quarterback, because I think Davis Mills is going to play for the Texans, and then Trevor Lawrence is a rookie also.
yeah. Yeah, and then Pagan is asking, will Urban be Jaguars head coach 2022?
This game might have a big saying about that.
No, man, regardless of the game, he's gone. He won't be there in 2020.
This is Jacksonville, preacher. Jacksonville runs differently,
Jacksonville has fired 4 coaches in the last 8 years.
Well, well, there you go. There you go. This game, the next game, though, is my upset game of the week. You know who I'm going with? Chris Lynch. My team not losing this. I'm telling you.
The Giants,
Not losing.
the woeful Giants.
Not losing. So the Cowboys losing. I'm telling you. So my pick, I can tell you right off the bat, the Giants to defeat the Cowboys.
You're playing with your backup quarterback,
By a touchdown. I am telling you. This is rivalry, This is a what you'd call one of the rivalries. The Giants versus the Cowboys. And I think this is going to be the upset of the of round 50.
This would be a big upset, man, because you don't have your quarterback Jones.
I know Jones.
So
I know if G Star was here, he would be agreeing with me,
No, man, G Star would never go down that line with you. But this is an easy one. This if I had a pick 6, this Dallas game would be an easy one for me. Dallas to win for me.
Yeah?
Yeah, man, Dallas easy by 2 touchdowns.
Listen, you know that I want to make people. There you go, Pagan said Dallas reluctantly. Listen, the Giants are going. I am telling you, the Giants are going to beat Dallas in New York. I'm telling you.
All of that hopes is going to go away from the first 7 minutes in this game, man.
You know what I'm going to call you when the game going on? 1:00 on Sunday. I'm going to call you because I'm telling you, I'm not a betting man, but if I were going to bet, I'd bet on this upset.
Move on to the next blow-up game. This one is going to end probably similar to that one of the Giants and Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Well, Detroit. Oh, this is the Cardinals. The Cardinals winning easily. Right, Preacher?
What, Preacher did it?
Yeah, strangely enough, I think Detroit is going to actually play better than you think. I think the Cardinals has some weakness in terms of playing against play action offenses, teams that throw the deep ball well, and the Detroit Lions have actually been throwing the ball more since they won their first game, and so I'm looking forward to that game. Strangely enough, the Cardinals will win, but I don't think it's going to be a blow.
All right, I'm going Cardinals.
Yeah, I don't think nobody's going to go Detroit, really.
Yeah. Cardinals, Pagan see as well. And then the Dolphins, I'm picking the Dolphins to defeat.
You're picking the... You there, man?
Yeah, man, we should talk about these games, because are the Jets still playing in the NFL? Seriously.
You hearing me?
Yeah, hearing it.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Yeah, so it's easy. It's the Dolphins to win.
Easily, man. Come on.
Yeah. Broncos versus Bengals. I hope nobody picked the Jets, so we don't have to have any discussion because I don't think the Jets. Yeah. Broncos versus Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals. Bengals for me.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going with the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm going. I have a feeling. No, I'm not. Pagan picking the Jets to beat Dolphins. He must not like the Miami. He must have a problem with Miami. But I am going to go Bengals. I'm not. I don't see Broncos winning this. I mean, I think the Broncos. Yeah, I'm going with. I'm going with the Bengals. So you're going Broncos, Chris Lynch. And
Yeah,
why?
going Broncos.
Why? What?
It's going to be a close game. It's not one of those games that you know probably who's going to win. I think it's going to be a good game. And I'm taking the Broncos at
Mm,
home.
okay. All right. And then we have the 49ers versus the Falcons. Preacher, what say you on this one?
Yeah, easy one. 49ers playing the best ball right now. In their division, I'll go with 49ers.
Yeah, the 49ers obviously like to play at home, Mannings, man. And they like most of the teams, they are very much in the hunt, and I just think that the home advantage, Falcons have to travel a good distance. I think it go with the 49ers.
Yeah. All right. And then we see the Rams going up against the Seahawks. I think this is a good game. I
Yeah.
think it is a very. I see Pagan picking the Bengals and he picked the Falcons as well. Rams versus the Seahawks. This is a very good game. I think this is going to be um one of the. It's going to be a very close game, I believe. Who should?
Yeah, I think the Rams are very upright now. Basically tying up some ends right now with OBJ coming in and Cooper Cuff looking very good against the Cardinals midweek. So I think the Rams are going to get the better of Russell Wilson and the Seahawks. But it should be a good game.
Ah boy, hey, I rate Russell Wilson still, but this Rams.
Yes, his finger injury slow him down a little, Manning.
But I think this Rams team, like I said, is with Odell Beckham playing better. Is looking good. Yeah, I'm going to go with the Las Vegas Rams. Preacher.
Preacher is out of town.
Yeah, man. All right, this
Pagan
is
going with the Rams.
yeah, Pagan going at the Rams as well. Now this is a game that I have to go against my favorite quarterback, because I think the game they should have won was last week because I know this game was going to be a tough game. Because I don't have them. I don't have them to win this game. This is the Ravens versus the Packers.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson health is a big concern heading into this one. They haven't ruled him out, but if he can't play, obviously Tyler Huntley will be the quarterback. But this man is looking to tie up his MVP thing because it's between him and Tom Brady. And anyone slip basically give the next one an advantage. And I think Aaron Rodgers is just too brilliant now to give up a game. Even if Lamar Jackson play, I think the Packers will win this one.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Ravens should have won their game last week, and I think because they didn't win that game, they are going to be in a little bit of a problem. So I am going with I know these guys, the Aaron Rodgers, the Tom Brady's, when the Manning brothers were there. When these guys get to winning MVP, they don't normally lose games. It's like it gives them this extra drive, this extra push to stack up the numbers. And it's that kind of game they're going to play. And Lamar, they can afford to lose and still make the playoffs, even as a wild card. So I am going with the Packers to win this one, especially because Lamar Jackson is questionable for the game. And Pagan is also picking the Packers. So
Yeah, I don't think most people go against Aaron Rodgers right now. And then right behind him in the Sunday night game is the Buccaneers against the Saints. It's a divisional game. And the Saints are very much in survival mode in the play. They want to go to the playoffs. So I think it's going to be a good game. The Buccaneers defense has been awful. I've been telling G Star that it's not a good defense they're playing. I don't know why. You could see that when they were 24-3
Yeah.
against the Bills, basically. But I think Tom Brady, like Aaron Rodgers, find a way to win this game and get the MVP chant going.
Yeah. You know what I think, Chris Lynch? This is one
Yeah.
more upset for this week. I think the kind of mistakes that the Buccaneers made against the Bills, if it were against the Saints, they're not winning. And I think, like you just said it, defensively, they are a liability. And so I'm going to go with the Saints to upset the Buccaneers. Though Brady is going to have good numbers. That's my pick. That's one of my upsets, you know. That's why I couldn't gamble, you know, because I probably would lose money every week. And Pagan is agreeing. Pagan is going with the Saints as well.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's going to be a tight game. So it's a good game to pick either team, I would say.
It's a Taysom Hill runs for 2 touchdown, passes for 2. That's Taysom Hill of the Saints. How good is he? How good is he, Chris Lynch? I mean, how do you rate him?
Yes, I mean, yeah, he's been doing good running the ball. That's why he said he's going to rush for 2, basically. There, he's good running with the ball. He's very good at it, and I don't know if he's a good thrower, basically, but he can run the ball really good. He's a decent quarterback.
Yeah. And the final game is the
Monday
Monday
night game.
game, which is the Bears versus the Chicago Bears versus the Minnesota Vikings in Chicago, in the Windy City.
Yeah, I love the Chicago Bears. I like the Chicago Bears quarterback, Justin Fields. I just think he's one of those quarterbacks that should have went earlier. So that make the love for the youngster even more. Even though he's playing with basically bruise ribs.
Yes.
He's playing with bruise ribs, and the Bears played a good one against the Green Bay Packers last week. But Minnesota is a team that can get going early. And I just think that the Bears cannot manage that. You cannot yet Minnesota is a team that I also like. And I just think that they will get the better of the Bears. They can contain Justin Fields.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. But isn't the fact that the Bears have nothing to really
Yeah,
play?
they are basically out of everything. They are just Justin Fields is just basically getting some more experience and knowing how to read players and read defense basically, and getting better chemistry with his offensive guys.
And then Minnesota will have to win this game,
Yeah, they
and
are basically still in the hunt.
right, and so they have to really win out, which means that, yeah, I am going to go with Minnesota because of the position that they're in, and they need to win. So I'm going with the Vikings to win this game. So I'm picking the Vikings, and Pagan is picking the Vikings as well. All right, Chris Lynch, you want to give the people some sure picks for those who listen and they're
I
interested.
mean, it's week 15, to be honest, it's a very bad week to gamble. If you didn't make a lot of money in the season with 2 more weeks to go, a lot of teams now basically looking to tie up things. So, like you say, man, you might pick some surprise packages and you think that you're taking a big risk. You're really not, because teams are looking to get in the playoffs, and that's a big thing. But other from that, I think Dallas against the Giants, Cardinals against the Lions,
So let me type in that you have sure pick is Dallas, Cardinals,
Vikings,
Vikings,
Packers, Bills, and the Titans for me. I would go with those teams. But Mannings,
Yeah.
I have to run very shortly. So big up to Pagan 180 and everybody in the comment section. Preacher who joined earlier.
Yeah, man. Preacher apologizing. He said he has some issues. Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, look like we have also now there's some technical glitches and Chris Lynch's side. But there you go. Let me get up Pagan's pick six. I just showed you Chris Lynch's own. Yeah. Lock one. Oh, Cowboys, Cards, Vikings, Packers, Bill. Only 5 do Pagan. You need one more. It's 6, you know. You need one more. See if I can punch in one more. See, you're going pick 5, not pick 6. All right, not a problem. So Jan Chris Lynch has everything except he has the Titans and you don't have the Titans. All right. Yeah, man. Respect, Preacher. Appreciate you jumping on today. You see, I have the big D. Listen, I support New York. I mean, Delaware don't have any teams, so I have to support New York. You understand me? If New York, it's going to be an upset, man. I think that I can't go back to Mansfield. I'm telling you right now, I can't go back to Mansfield, people. But I think the New York Giants are going to win. Okay, and then the Colts is your 6th pick, Pagan. Listen, I want to thank you for staying tuned to our NFL show. We have some more. We have some good shows coming up. We have a few other panelists who are going to be joining the show as we go on in the next few weeks. We have someone with some international flavor who will be adding to our group of panelists as we move ahead. But I want to say a big thank you to everyone who watched the show, who tuned in, who you were here. Pagan 180, Fresh God, Christopher Carroll, Rowan Davis. I want to say a big thank you to our panelists for today. The Preacher, who is in here, and Chris Lynch as well. A couple of our other regular panelists were not here. Big thank you to you. Remember, we have the redo of that basketball show done by Pioneer. Is that you didn't hear the audio? He's going to do that over, but it's going to be a more interactive show. And we have an interview that will be lining up for you today. So you'll, hit that notification bell, hit that like button, and also subscribe. We also had one of our subscribers, Wayne Evans is his name. He was asking about, Tricknick products. So on Thursday, we're going to give away some Tricknick products, right? So all you have to do is to stay tuned and then answer the question that we will ask. Listen, enjoy the rest of your day. It was good being with you. We are going to leave you with a word from our sponsors, Tricknick. Tricknick is a Jamaican owned and operated company in Canada. They use authentic Jamaican herbs and spices to make all their products. All you have to do is shop at Tricknick. It is www.tricknick.ca, and you use the code I am sure sports 001, and you will get your discount. The code will be in the description of this video, so you can go there and find it. Just so you will know, we're going to play a couple of ads from our sponsors, Tricknick. Until later, you stay safe and add value to someone's life.
Of 18 Jamaican herbs and spices, add delicious, bold flavor to your next grilling experience. Flavoring sauce, a marinade, basting, condiment, or topping. Tricknick Jerk Barbecue Sauce.
Tricknick Jerk Marinade gives your meats and vegetables authentic Jamaican jerk flavor. The spices are directly from Jamaica. Spices like jerk seasoning, allspice, Scotch bonnet pepper, fresh scallions, thyme, ginger, and garlic. The key ingredients to a great jerk marinade. 0% sugar and low in sodium. You want to try it?